Everyone, it's John from What Up, and welcome back to another video. And today we're talking Season 2 and Season 3 cast on Sony and Amazon's The Wheel of Time show. Now, over the past couple of weeks, WoTSeries.com has been working overtime looking at headshots. Now, they came from two likely, I guess, or unlikely sources. The first would be the official headshots that Rafe released as part of a video on What Wednesday a long time ago, probably 3 weeks ago now. And the second was some headshots that were in the background of a picture that one of the cast members put on Instagram. Now, between them and some of their partners, they were able to identify a fair number of actors and actresses in both of those headshots, and they do know that they were in both Season 2 and Season 3 of Sony and Amazon's Wheel of Time show. So, if you're new to the channel, you don't know what we do here, at this point it's probably pretty obvious we talk about the Wheel of Time. So everything and anything about the Wheel of Time, from the mundane to the ridiculous to the unimportant to the absolutely groundbreaking news, nothing is too small or too big or too silly to talk about here in the channel. And if you like that sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell. If you like my videos, please click that like button, as it does give them a little bit more reach. And I am trying to hit 20,000 subscribers before Season 2 comes out, which looks to be in third or early fourth quarter this year. And I think we're on the road there. I mean, the last couple of weeks, we've had a whole lot of new people, a whole lot of new additions to the channel. I see a whole lot of new people commenting on my videos. I want to thank you all very much for subscribing. I couldn't do this without you folks. Now, before I get into the video, I always give a spoiler warning. So we're going to talk just a bit about these new cast members for Season 2 and Season 3. I'm going to speculate a bit on which I think their roles may be and where they're going to fit into the story. So I may spoil some small things from the books. So, spoiler warning, in today's video, we are talking Season 2 and Season 3 of Sony and Amazon's Wheel of Time show. So if you haven't read the first 4 books, that's The Eye of the World, The Great Hunt, The Dragon Reborn, and The Shadow Rising, or seen the first season of Sony and Amazon's Wheel of Time show on Prime Video right now, that's episodes 1 through 8, be forewarned, I may ruin minor plot points and character arcs from both of those mediums. Alright, that being said, let's get on to the video. Alright, so I've left a link to both WoTSeries articles down below in the description box if you folks want to check them out. I highly recommend you do and bookmark them. WoTSeries has, at this point, released more Wheel of Time information and news than every other publication and the official publication combined. So, they're definitely a reliable source, and they're absolutely fantastic what they do. So go check them out. Now, we're talking about Anthony K first. Now, Anthony K is one of the cast members in the first article, and this article details a couple of different cast members, including one that we already knew was involved in the show and I interviewed over a year ago. So we're going to talk just a bit about all of them today. Now, Anthony has been acting since 2015, and he's probably best known for his stint on Carnival Row, which is another Amazon fantasy show. He did 5 episodes on that show. But he was also in Good Omens and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, so he's no stranger to fantasy projects. Now, there's absolutely no idea what character he's going to play, other than the fact that he is for sure going to be in Season 3 and quite possibly in Season 2. We're unsure if he'll show up in the second season. And the only reason we know he's in Season 3 is because he's shown up in a cast member photo that was posted on Instagram not too long ago. So he's definitely going to be there in Season 3. Now, who is he going to be playing? Well, like every other character in today's show, we have very little information on which character they're actually going to be portraying on screen. However, Anthony's a very physically imposing guy. He's over 6 feet tall, he's 6'1", and he's very physically strong. Like he's built physique. So the idea that he's playing a physically imposing character on screen is probably pretty likely. Now, who could that be? Well, in my mind, what jumps out first is an Ogier. So either a Death Watch guard in Season 3, or perhaps one of the other Ogier that Loyal hangs out with, whether it be Elder Haman or someone else from the setting. Now, that isn't to say that he's playing an Ogier. I have no idea, no inside information at all, but because he's a physically imposing guy, I would say that the likelihood of him playing a big, large character on screen is probably pretty good. So let me know in the comments down below what you folks think. Do you think that's a good guess, or do you think that he'd be playing a different character for Season 3 and maybe, possibly, Season 2? Alright, so now we're talking about Jacqueline Moray. She is an actress that is playing the Burned Woman in Season 2 of Sony and Amazon's Wheel of Time show. Now, not much else is known other than the fact that she'll show up in Episode 2 or 4, perhaps both, of the second season, according to WoTSeries.com. But they did stress in their article that that may not reflect the final product. She may show up in both episodes, or it may be a completely different one depending on how they cut the season together. Now, I have no idea who the Burned Woman could be, but speculating, we know the White Cloaks are very central to the plot line of the second season. So there's been a whole lot of leaked information and leaked videos and pictures showing the White Cloaks in a ton of different episodes. So I think we're going to see a lot more White Cloaks in Season 2 than we are in Season 1. We also know the Sean Chan are central to the plot in Season 2. So the idea that Jacqueline could be playing someone, a villager who was set upon by either the Sean Chan or the White Cloaks, probably a pretty good idea there, especially if she's reoccurring and Rand or someone else is going to be in a certain village, or perhaps Kyrian for more than an episode. Maybe that's where we see her. So let me know in the comments down below what you think, who you think rather, Jacqueline will be playing in the second season, and what the Burned Woman could be. The idea that it's a villager that ran afoul of the White Cloaks, I do like that idea. All right, so now we have Nasser Maher. He's playing the role of Errol in season 2 of Sony and Amazon's Wheel of Time show. Now that's actually updated on his IMDb as well. Now he's been acting for a long time, since about 1998, and he's been in a number of different things in all sorts of different roles, but he's probably best known for his extended stint on the series Nightfall. If you haven't seen it, it's a really good series. I recommend you go watch it. Now, we have no idea who Errol could be in the second season, but my guess is he's probably someone that the Fielders meet in their journeys, either in Kyrian or perhaps in a village along the way. Now, we have no other information other than that he'll be in one episode of the second season. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below who he could possibly be playing, who Errol is. It's not a named character as far as I could find in the Wheel of Time, so it's either going to be an amalgamation character or perhaps another character just kind of made up for the screen. This is Laura Crowhurst. If she looks familiar, it's because she is. We did talk about her here on the channel quite some time ago, and we've all known that she's been part of the show for a while, but we didn't know which character she's going to be playing. Now, WoTSeries.com is reporting that she's going to be playing a stable master for season 2. Now, we already know one other stable master, that's Stuart Moore. I interviewed him here in the channel about a year ago, and he did talk about his time on set and how we get to ride a horse through some trees and over a field, and it was really neat, and he had a good time. So likelihood of them being in the scenes together are probably pretty high, but we have no idea how that fits into the story of season 2. So stables usually generally are in a village along with an inn or perhaps in one of the royal palaces, and that's pretty much all we know. So we have no idea if she's going to do scenes in Kyrian, she filmed in Italy, or if perhaps she filmed somewhere else and is going to be one of the small villages that some of the Fielders or other characters encounter along the way. We really don't have any idea. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, we're going to talk about the second article that WoTSeries recently just put out with 4 additional new cast members, and there's some things in there that kind of make me think that Season 3 is going to be absolutely fantastic, especially when it comes to the Battle of Emond's Field. All right, so now we have Neela Aliyah. She is a British actress who's been acting since 2004, and she's an absolutely staggering number of titles under her belt. She's been in a lot of different things. She is really, really good at drama, however, and you may know her from some of her newer work, such as Halo, where she starred in 2 episodes, or Discovery of Witches. Although she was on Hollyoaks for a staggering 39 episodes. That's a long stint. Now, one of the great things about this is WoTSeries is reporting that she's both in seasons 2 and 3. So it's not just a walk-on role. She's not going to come in for one episode, say maybe a line or two, and then disappear, and we'll never see her again. She is going to be part of the story. Now, with that being said, we can kind of narrow down some of the roles or characters she'll be playing a little bit, but we really have no other information other than the fact that she's in multiple seasons and in multiple episodes. So if I had to put money on it, I'd say she's probably going to play an Aiel Wise One, or Vandene, or Idalia Sedai, because they are pretty central to Maureen's plot at some point or another in the books. So I'm hoping we get to see them on screen. Now, who do you think she's going to play? So let me know in the comments down below which character you think she would do well in. Now, I did have one other choice for her, and that is Fail's mom, but I don't know if we'd see her that early in the series or not. All right, so next we have Joelle. She is a British singer, songwriter, actor, and director. Now, she made it big, no pun intended, with her YouTube video, Big in LA, that she uploaded in 2014, and it sort of went viral. It was a kind of a huge deal back then. It was a music video that was done really, really well. Now, since then, she basically made her way interviewing really famous people, like Andy Serkis and Mark Hamill and a bunch of other people I'm super, super jealous of. And then she had another viral hit on Facebook where she sang True Colors. Now, she's an incredibly beautiful voice, and she's a wonderful singer, but she's also an actress, and her first credit was Dune. That's kind of big to be your first movie under your belt is Dune, but that's where she landed her sort of big break-in as an actress. Now, she's going to be in Season 2 and Season 3 of The Wheel of Time, and we really have no idea who she's going to be, but much like the last actress I talked about, it won't be a walk-on role. It'll be more than one episode, probably more than one storyline. So who do we think she could be? My first thoughts were Seanchan Nobility. That's a possibility. Then I was thinking we really haven't seen any of the Forsaken just yet. And I think one of the other actresses that we're going to talk about here in a second is more than likely Seanchan. So who could she be playing? Well, I think we might be looking at her Spider. That's my guess anyway. I really hope she's playing one of the Forsaken because I think she would do a fantastic job at it. So I went back and I rewatched Dune and I saw the scene she was in, and I got Forsaken vibes there. I think she would do a really good job as playing one of the bad guys in the show. That's just me, though. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Who could she be playing? And am I completely off the mark, or am I missing something here? Could she play somebody else just a little bit better? I really don't know. Like I said, it's just fun to guess. All right, so next we have award-winning Kenyan actress Nyokabi Getheda, and we have no idea who she's playing in the Wheel of Time. She's been acting since 2010, and she is absolutely fantastic as an actress. I don't have enough good things to say about her. I had never heard of her before, and I went and watched a couple of things she was in, and I think she is going to be a fantastic addition to the Wheel of Time. Now, who could she be playing? The moment I first saw her on screen, my first thought was the Empress. Now, I don't know for sure. We have no information other than the fact that she's definitely in Season 2 and Season 3. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, Season 2 would be a little early for Tuon, but I've heard rumors that we may see the Empress in the second season. So it's a possibility that she is playing her. Now, either way, I think she's a fantastic addition to the cast, and just one more feather in the cap of KVH, getting a bunch of award-winning actors and actresses together in one production for Amazon. All right, so and the final actress we have in the WoTSeries article is Camille. Now, she is an Ivory Coast actress, moved to Denmark when she was 5, and she's been acting since 2017. Now, since 2017, she has over 25 credits to her name. Now, that's a whole lot of credits in a very short period of time, especially if you factor in COVID. But she's a wonderful actress, and she does a really great job at drama. Now, we don't have much information on who or how or what she'll be playing in the Wheel of Time, but WoTSeries.com is reporting that she will show up in Season 3, and they're unsure if she'll show up in Season 2, unlike the rest of them we already talked about. So, who could she possibly be playing? Well, Season 3, we know, does center around the Battle for Two Rivers, so it's quite possible she'll play one of the townsfolk in the Two Rivers. It's also possible she could play one of the Saldaeans, because we know we're getting Fail probably in Season 2, definitely in Season 3. So we got to see her parents at one point or another. But I really don't have much of an idea who she'd be playing, because Season 3 is just starting to, be filmed right now. They've only been filming for a few weeks. We don't have a whole lot of information on it, so we can't even really match up which episode she might be in. So let me know in the comments down below who you think she would, fit in as in the Wheel of Time. Which role do you think she would play? All right, now stay tuned in the next day or two. I do have a Varen video coming, because we do know that Mira Salal has been announced as Varen, which is absolutely fantastic. We did get a small 3-second clip from the BAFTA Awards showcasing Varen in costume on set. Looks fully polished, and everything is done almost like it could be part of a trailer. I'll be showcasing that here in the channel, talking about it a bit as well, and how Varen's going to show up on the big screen in the second season. All right, like I said, don't miss that, and thank you so very much for sticking with us here to the very end, and here's to many more.